I'm ready, fresh out of IG jail, hot back from vacation, and it's time to catch up and away on everything that I miss and more. Hang out, have some fun in the weekend style. Let's go. What is going on, Paul?
What's going on? You might have a new Judge Dredd clip to run sometime, and
Yeah,
then too.
yeah, not happy about that news. Hope everyone is doing good. Got some people trickling in. What is going on? The Adventurous Joe, White Tiger Triple C, Christina dropped the link. Payne, what's up? What's up? What's up? But yeah, they just announced just the other day that Taika Waititi is going to be directing the next Dredd film, which sounds dreadful. Sounds absolutely dreadful. It's okay, Christine. I forgive you. You get to just enjoy your time when you're on this
There
stream.
you go.
Just clock out, hang out, and enjoy. But yeah, Taika Waititi. It's a love-hate relationship with that guy. I absolutely love what we do in the shadows. He is a good creative. He's just absolutely wrong for some of the projects he's been put on, such as Thor. So it isn't like I lose sleep over it. I also think he's absolutely wrong for a Dread movie, but he was fired from Marvel. So I mean, it's cool that he has a job, I guess. He initially took the job of directing Thor because he needed a job. He needed to pay his bills, he said. So maybe he's got bills to pay and he's taking this one. I don't know how they're going to top the last one. I mean, the easy answer is they're not. You're not going to top Red. I don't understand why they wouldn't just call back the cast and crew from that. Like, just do another standalone Dread with Carl Urban. And whoever directed that one, they deserve another job. That was a masterpiece. Like, it's a flawless film. But yeah, very interesting. So chase down those DC Comic Presents if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
The first appearance of Judge Dredd in DC Comics is also the first appearance of Ambush Bug. So it's good stuff.
Which you picked up last year.
Yeah, while we were hanging out in Florida. What is going on, Mark Unleashed? Good to see you in here. Well, Boar, what is going on? I'm trickling in to end the week. That's how you do it. Dude, Pops scored a massive stack of Turoks as well as some good Silver Age DCs. Yeah, that was the Vault show. I had no idea it was this past weekend, but I was glad to see that he got out and made it to it. It's a fun little show. Like it's at this Vault because it's where this full-time comic vendor keeps his inventory in the building that he owns. That there's nothing in the building. Like there's no businesses in it anymore or anything like that. It's just his. So in the ground floor, the lobby floor, there's a literal vault in one of the rooms where he keeps his stuff. So he does this show like 3-4 times a year where he just like lets other vendors come in and they all set up in the big lobby and everything and just throw down a showdown. It's really cool. I've posted a video with the last one that me and Pops went to. Yeah, they set up the Dark Judges in that last one, didn't they? That'd be great. What is going on, AR? Good to see you in here. Paul, Star Trek.
Strange New Worlds, first 2 episodes of season 3 dropped this week.
Comes out this coming week or just came out?
Just came out.
Were they good?
They were good. And they sprinkled some original series stuff back in there again as well. So
what had happened?
And well, the first one was resolving the cliffhanger from the end of the last season, where basically it was Pike and the Enterprise against the whole fleet of the Gorn. So they resolved that in episode 1. But then in episode 2, we get to see, although he's not named, we all know who he is if you've watched any Star Trek.
Kirk?
We get to see Trelane, who is kind of like a Q. You know Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation? Q?
I'm aware of a different Q.
Okay. Q is like an omnipotent being that basically can alter reality and things like that. So
still feel like we're talking about this Q.
Yeah, so in the episode, Spock is waiting for Nurse Chapel to come back. She comes back, but she's now seeing Dr. Corby, which calls back to the original series. And Trelane doesn't like that, so he basically alters reality to have Spock and Christine get married, even though he's basically forcing everyone to do it. And at the end, we see what we're supposed to believe is Trelane's father, who sounds just like John Delancey, who played Q in the Next Generation series. Basically telling him to stop it, which is kind of exactly how the original episode with Trelane ended. He basically is like a spoiled brat, so he has to constantly be slapped down by his parents.
Was it like originally like a one-off episode that they kind of called back to?
It is, yep.
It's pretty cool how like one how deep the lore goes with the Star Trek stuff, but also with how attentive the fan base is, because they can call back to these one-off episodes from 30 plus years ago, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
Yeah, next year is going to be the 60th anniversary of Star Trek.
Are they going big? Have they announced anything for it yet?
They have not as of yet.
AR, what's the Armada doing? We got our AR in the chat. I'm sure it's going to be a busy year for him, being the admiral of an entire fleet himself.
Doesn't leave a lot of spare time.
Not much. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish I could get more into it. It's just so much story and lore. It sounds fun. I was happy that I checked out that Discovery episode, that the series finale. That was fun. Yeah. And I watched I think 3 episodes from Brave New World, but that's all I've seen so far. I do like the J.J. Abrams universe, though. Right. That's good stuff.
We'll never say that again.
Oh, don't say that. Goodbye. What's going on, Paul Morales? Good to see you in here. What's up, Bryant? What's up? Now, see where Superman passed 400 schmeckles, and that's pretty much just all the USA carrying it, too. So it's the second week for Superman. Do you have like an idea of what percentage drop off it had?
It was like 52%, which is pretty good overall.
And ideally, you want to see like with like considering that it's not doing anything overseas, that's really not bad. I'm surprised it's moving that fast. I do think that it's going to be like one of those summer movies that keeps on chugging along. I'm very interested to see how this week goes. The weekend numbers are always going to be good, but if it can continue to do like 10 million a day on the weekdays in the second week, that just shows you people are just going when they go kind of thing. It's the summertime. The weekends aren't as impactful as they are during the school year, especially with a movie like this that's wide open for all audiences. It really encourages all audiences. It's like James Gunn said in that red carpet premiere when he was lampooned by that terrible reporter. He's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't judge people, and this movie's for everyone. It's literally for everyone. I know that, me and the whole crew went out and saw it. And then while I was on vacation, me and my oldest took my mom to go see it, so I saw it a second time. And while we were on vacation, Pops took my brother and his 3 kids to see it, and they all range in age like my kids do. But yeah, it's awesome seeing people go out, and the vast majority of people are absolutely loving it. You're never going to not have a movie that doesn't have detractors, but this one is a huge win for DC that they needed in a long time. Where, we've talked about it as long as we've been on here. What DC needs is just to ignore some kind of universe. Just make a movie, make a really, really good movie that people are happy with. That it leaves a positive memory. The movie is looked at positively in a very positive light. Don't expect to make money on it. Just aim to win over the audience. You're going to have to do that like 2 or 3 times, at least 2 or 3 times before you get the audience trust back after the long run. And also with the normies, it's going to take that amount of time and that amount of people talking and social media doing what it does for people to understand that this is a fresh start. And maybe you should go check it out, kind of get in on it. Fantastic.
Yeah,
go ahead, Paul.
It's holding its Rotten Tomatoes score, 83 for the critics, 93 for the audience.
Fairly close to each other. Mm-hmm. And Fantastic Turtlenecks will pull some viewers away. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think a lot of the people that will rush to see Fantastic Turtlenecks, at least in that first weekend, will have already seen Superman. I don't think that the premiere weekend is going to necessarily steal viewers, because legitimately the people that rush to see movies, that beat the spoilers, that care about that kind of stuff, probably are the same people that see both, like myself. Are you seeing the turtlenecks?
I will next Saturday morning. I'm seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more curious about what will happen after that release weekend. What will it do to the consistent weekday numbers, and then the fantastic turtleneck second weekend? Will people who haven't seen either, who haven't been to the movie theater in months, when they go, are they going to pick Superman or pick the turtlenecks? Not the initial drive. The initial drive are your movie heads or your comic fans, but they'll see both. They definitely will. I know that my oldest, Emma and Monkey, are both really excited to see the turtlenecks. They see the trailer and they're like, "Yo, this is for the girls. Let's go." So I'm definitely going. They want to see it. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see it. I'm super curious. I like the cosmic aspect look of it. I think I said it in, I don't remember whose stream it was. I think no matter how good or bad this movie is, you can make this the crappiest movie in the world, but simply the visuals of Galactus and doing that style story will overshadow so many faults. And that's a good thing. You know, it gives you a lot of wiggle room to make something enjoyable and memorable. But there's just something about it, having something of that scale walking through a city. This goes back to the success of the Kaiju franchise. Like, it's basically superheroes versus Kaiju when you get down to it. Like, that's what's about to happen. You have a giant monster trying to just destroy everything, and you got to fight it. That kind of stuff is just cool. It's never not cool. And Galactus, I mean, he looks pretty cool from the little, I think I got some photos in there, from the little photos and stuff we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like with him standing up, I like that they're not doing a full-on reveal of him. They should definitely save him for the movie, make people buy a ticket, you know?
Yeah.
But he's clearly got a wildly accurate suit, and it works really well. Looks good. Looks good. I would love to see a good Fantastic Four movie. I love Fantastic Four. I just don't think Disney is capable of doing that. And I agree with you. I full-heartedly agree with you. I think that they can deliver some cool visuals, but I don't think I'm expecting anything more than that. Just like, you know, and it sucks that I don't have to do anything, but it sucks that I choose to spend so much money taking these many people to the theater. But if they, at that point, you know, if my kids enjoy it and I'm there with them while they're enjoying it, that's a huge win. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I really can't lose like that. I really want to see it after I found out what it does, but I have to leave the kids at home. That's fair. That's fair. I'll be seeing the Fantastic Four for its official release on Friday, 12 p.m. Seen it already on Wednesday, and it was great. 9 out of 10. There you go. There you go. Joe, can you direct message me and confirm if the rumor about Reed Richards and Ben Grimm having a previous relationship is true or not? There was a rumor that went out that stated that Ben and Reed had previously been in a relationship before the movie ever started that put strain on his current relationship with Sue and fathering Franklin. Can you DM me and confirm if that is true or not? I'm just super curious. That's about the hottest take I've seen beforehand. Galactus was comic accurate, and he was fantastic.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Kevin, that's awesome. Kevin Feige also came out and talked about the future, and he basically said that after Avengers Secret War, that yes, it'll basically be rebooting the Marvel Universe.
Full reboots, recast, all of it. I called this shit 2 years ago.
It'll be a new Tony Stark, and it's going to start basically with the X-Men, is what he was saying. Mm-hmm. That's where they think they're gonna.
Yep.
That was.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and have to like mine through my streams and stuff and find where I was bringing that up years ago, and people were telling me that I'm crazy. They would never reboot it. That's insane. That I'm like, dude, that's the only way to make it work. That's it. Yeah. It's cooked. Mm-hmm. It is cooked. It's done.
Right.
You don't have an MCU if you don't have an Iron Man, a Captain America. It's done. Mm-hmm. The dishes are done, man. It's just limping along. That was false BS. All right, he didn't DM me, but there it is. False. There you go.
There you go.
I didn't want you to put a spoiler out in the chat like that, but I guess that's a rumor, so it's fine just to kill the rumor. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that's false out. Man, I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I haven't seen a Fantastic Four film that I don't like. I enjoy the Roger Corman one. I absolutely love the first two that 20th Century Fox did. I mean, I absolutely love them. Them not revealing Galactus in the second one was a huge tease, but it didn't do anything to harm the movie for me. Doom was the villain in my mind, and him having a little touch of the power cosmic and all their ability. Dude, I loved it. Watched those movies 1,000 times. So I hope they deliver another Fantastic Four movie that's highly rewatchable and true to the characters. It's definitely an interesting take. So I like that they're bringing something a little original to it. We'll see what they do. From what I saw, I saw this a couple of days ago. Initially, I thought that going into the release of Superman, that the Fantastic Turtlenecks had higher pre-sale tickets. Initially, they did release their ticket sales before Superman's, which was wild. Right. They're trying to beat the hype. There's a tit for tat going between Marvel and DC, which is cool to see. But from what I saw this past week, that their pre-sale tickets had not surpassed ultimately what Superman's ended up being. So I'm curious which one ends up carving out a bigger weekend. I think domestically Superman's going to take it, but ultimately I think FF is going to. I think he's going to rock its noggin. I don't think it's even going to be close because they have the international market that they get to play in that Superman didn't. But I think FF is going to absolutely dominate compared to what Superman did.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, although I think, although China is definitely pushing cinema nationalism, for lack of a better term. They want people to go see films made in China.
So Disney doesn't even have their market either now?
No, they do, and because one of the things is, I think that they're probably less. It's more like Superman is America, and so I think in a lot of ways, they're kind of, it's almost like a protest to not go see it, type of a thing. But Disney, I mean, they have Shanghai Disney. They're heavily in China, so I don't think necessarily that that would happen with Fantastic Four. So I expect Fantastic Four to do a lot better in China than Superman did.
I want to see something. Let's look at what Captain America: The First Avenger did. Domestically, the first Captain America film raked in 176 million domestically, 370 million. Oh, I'm sorry, 193 million international. But I don't know what it did specifically in China. I know when they released Captain America: The First Avenger overseas, they took Captain America out of the title. It was only called The First Avengers when they released it overseas. So I'm wondering if they did that with the 2 and 3. They just called it Winter Soldier, Civil War.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably. But I mean, it's kind of hard to hide the flag. He's wrapped in it. It's on his shield. But I mean, at that point, they built out the MCU by the time the second one came out. So it was kind of just riding on the.
Yeah, and China-U.S. relations were different back then as well. They're very strained right now.
Very.
So, and I don't think necessarily the Chinese cinema industry had been to where it is now. I mean, the number one movie in the world so far this year is a Chinese animated movie, which has done like $1.88 billion, and like 1.68 of it is almost in China, and the rest of it is in, the U.S.
That's wild. That's bonkers. Another movie doing really good. Shocker to nobody. Dinosaurs.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, across 640 million globally on a $180 million budget. It had a strong marketing campaign, but it still just raked in a lot of money for, what is that? What is Jurassic Park? Was it Paramount? Warner Brothers? What is that? Universal, that's right. Samsonite. I was way off. Yeah, the Jurassic World franchise is not going to stop. It's definitely going to continue with raking in numbers like that. Just a reminder, movie success does not ride on $1 billion. It's just rides on making millions of dollars for the studio. And that one did it. Absolutely did it.
As long as they can come up with words to put after Jurassic World, they'll keep making them.
Absolute crime. Absolute crime that they didn't rebrand the franchise for the next trilogy. Doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
I think they were trying to ride on the success of the title. What's going on, Joffrey? Hello, hello. Joe saw the Smurfs movie. It was really good. I took my niece to see it, and they loved it, so I let them watch it again while I watched Superman for the 5th time. Bro, what kind of deal do you have with your theater?
Yeah.
What kind of deal do you have with your theater? Do you work there? What is happening? Thank you, homie. It was fun. It was super fun. But man, I need the movie pass that Joe has. But yeah, the first reactions by the paid shills. You know, Superman had them. Fantastic Four has them. Every big movie release has paid shills. And what I mean by that is people that are given incentives to review the movie, literally early access. They get invited to exclusive events or given care packages. They're paid shills. And in case you're listening, Warner Brothers, Disney, whoever, Paul and myself are both fully available. We're here. We're happy to accept your gifts and review your stuff. Just reach out to either one of us. We will shill.
I'm going to have to make a new shirt for next week that says for sale.
For sale. Yes, that's us. But just let us know. We're here. But all of it's been positive. I do, don't I? So thank you, Nick's Kicks and Comics. But yeah, all the reviews are ridiculously positive, which is a good sign. All of them, if you go through, I read a lot of them. I was in Instagram jail, so I was over on X, and I was just getting more familiar with that platform, which is it's fantastic. If you enjoy Instagram, you'd enjoy X because they're exactly the same. It's just laid out differently. The same people that you follow on Instagram, I follow on X, and it's just like, wow, what do you know? I'm not so in the dark. I will tell you this: while I was in jail, I happened across the entire 3.5-minute trailer leaked for Avatar 3, which is ironic because had I not been in Instagram jail, I would have never found it. And I was in Instagram jail for promoting Avatar. So F you, Disney. But all the reactions seem pretty positive. They're all saying the absolute same thing. Visually, this movie is breathtaking. It's massive. See it in IMAX. And again, the whole Galactus thing, it's going to steal the show. Just that's going to do it for sure. And they're all saying that Vanessa Kirby is like the breakout character of the film, which I think a lot of people have talked about it going into it. She's kind of like the front runner of the film, which, I mean, if you give me a choice between the four of them, I would have I chose Jessica Alba too back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me, I'm not, yes, please. Yeah, let's do her story. I'm cool with that. Vanessa Kirby's fantastic. I get my special invites to new movies, but not a paid shield, nor did I get any care packages for the movies I have seen. Yeah, I know you have the same access that like Becker has. Like they do the things because they ask for early social media reactions and stuff. Yeah, I just meant like the number of times you see a movie more than the early access, my friend. You've seen Superman how many times now? A bunch. But
Well, I know AMC has their thing where you can pay like $20 a month and you can see up to 3 movies a week.
yeah, Regal does that too.
Mm.
Yeah, which is super cool. I know a lot of people here locally that I talked to, well, specifically 3 people here locally that I talked to opted out of even trying to get the Tuesday IMAX Superman screening. They're like, I'm just going to wait till Friday so I could see it for $2 or whatever it is, the deal that they get with the Regal ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that's fine. I'll just DM you spoilers, whatever. But yeah, Marvel doesn't stop there. You know, we've had Captain America, Thunderbolts. There's some cartoons or something, some shows or something, some crappy shows. What crappy? Daredevil came out this year, right?
Did come out this year.
Yeah, it sucked. If you liked it, I'm happy for you. It sucked. What else came out this year? Wasn't there another show?
Ironheart.
Oh man, it sucked too. Good finale though. Yeah, I need to look up conversations with the showrunners post the show coming out. I haven't seen any of them, and I normally watch a lot of those things to see what they were thinking when they made these projects. Same with the good ones. I just like to see what they're up to. I don't think they have any clue that they made a villain story. I still don't think they have any idea that they did a straight up traditional villain story. Like, I think they're oblivious. So I want to go look at that. But there are more Marvel projects coming this year. It doesn't stop at Fantastic Turtlenecks. You get Eyes of Wakanda, which is a CG animated adventure into Wakanda. And then Marvel Zombies, which I think a lot of people are excited about. All 7 of you. that still kept up with What If. I think it's spinning out of What If. We got our first look at the Marvel Zombies in an episode of that. And then Wonder Man in December, starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the actor who plays Black Manta. He was also in The Greatest Showman. He was also Dr. Manhattan Watchmen. He's a phenomenal actor. But just from that teaser trailer we got, I'm kind of curious about this one. It looks like they're doing like a movie set studio style comedy. I don't know what to make of it from that little teaser we got. So I definitely want to see more. Wonder Man's a character that you can do a lot of cool stuff with him. But again, don't really have much faith that Disney will, but we'll see what's going on. Digger Jim, what is going on, homie? Good to see you in here. And then for the last little thing that I saw with the movie news, look what got delayed again.
3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might keep pushing this back till Miles is like a senior citizen.
Exactly.
I'm just wondering what I don't see anything that talks about why it's getting postponed or what the deal is. Have you?
No, I didn't either. I just happened to notice that it was pushed off by 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's already. God, when did the last one come out? Like 2022? 2023?
Something like that, yeah.
Definitely wasn't 2024, I don't think.
No,
man, it's been a long time. Yeah, the second one really wasn't for me. I liked the first one a whole lot. The second one just wasn't my jam. It's too erratic for my eyes at this point in life. And it was just too long. And I never say that. I never say a movie's too long, but man, it just wouldn't end.
Yeah, you've been salivating over the Stranger Things season 5.
Yes, I have. That's crazy cool. But yeah, this is wild, especially when it was revealed in the special features to the first one that AI is doing lion's share of their animation. Oh, look how groundbreaking this animation is. They need time to no, homie. What they called learning machines are piecing together this, and the AI tech is so far advanced now than it was when the first one came out. That's why I'm curious. Yeah, that's why I'm curious.
It almost sank the Kool-Aid movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. What's going on, Donovan? What's going on, the Immortal One, Biggie Shaq? I can't wait for Marvel Zombies. I know it will be animated, but still zombies and in October. Yeah, that's good timing right there. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, definitely good timing. I won't be watching it. I'm excited that they're making it. I'm glad that there's content coming out for people that still follow it like that. I'll be skipping eyes that will come. I don't watch any of the animated stuff they do at this point. Nothing against it. It's just I didn't enjoy any of the stuff I did watch, and after they release stuff, I don't hear anybody saying anything that makes me feel like, oh, I need to go make sure I don't miss out. So I never miss out on anything. There's nothing been in them to miss out on. What else in here? I think the next big thing is, after the Fantastic Turtleneck movie, next month Peacemaker starts.
Yes.
You know what date that's going to be kicking off?
August. I want to say August 21st, but
oh man, we got a long
wait.
wait.
It's August 21st. Yeah.
Around that same time,
supposed to be a big presence at San Diego Comic-Con. Big presence of Peacemaker.
Yes, oh wow, like cast and crew are coming, kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, like John Cena and James Gunn are supposed to be there.
Oh, that's really cool. It's cool to see DC having a footprint at SDCC. Because for like 2 years they didn't, did they?
Yeah. Yep.
Got a brand new McFarlane figures coming out as well. I want to point out, despite this coming from McFarlane Toys, this is not a toy. Just go look at the post. It will tell you not a toy. Whenever you see one of those in one of the characters' hands, you want to make sure you know that it's not a toy. Despite it being made out of plastic, shaped like a hominid and having pinned joints, it is not a toy.
Mm.
Can you play with it? Sure. Play with a lot of things. Play with a chainsaw. You shouldn't, but you can. It's not a toy either. But this is really cool. This is the exact same Peacemaker that they did previously when they did the Suicide Squad set, except he's got the new addition, the holster, as well as Eagly, and the helmet is removable. They did the masked version and the unmasked version previously. They're doing the one with the mask with the unmasked version now. So I'll be ordering it because I'm a sucker, and my Peacemaker pretty much stays in the big box set that I got for the Suicide Squad. But yeah, I hope they do Vigilante. That's all that matters to me. Oh, there you go. Why is it okay for animators to use AI, but comic artists get crucified for it? That's a good question. I don't know the answer, but luckily Paul does, and he will tell you.
It's not.
There it is. Yeah. What's going on, Kevin? Hope you're doing good, homie. Folks want Disney to focus on storytelling without including DEI or pushing agendas. Sad to say, people don't want to be honest. People don't want focusing. I think that's accurate. I think that's honest. I think that's people's honest take on it. I open the internet and I see people saying that directly all the time. I don't care if what they focus on, as long as their primary focus is on the quality of their content first. Some of the best stories ever told are what could be considered woke had they been written by a less qualified writer. You can look at primary examples: the introduction of Jon Stewart, the drug addiction of Speedy, the Red Arrow. Just all through comics, the greatest.
That whole Dennis O'Neil, Neil Adams run was that was all about being woke. Overpopulation, racism, you name it.
There's social issues. There's a difference between writing about social issues and what I think people just use that word differently. You have some brainless, rage-filled, just angry individuals that just throw around the term woke and DEI without any rhyme or reason. They just see something they don't like because they're terrible humans, and they just throw that word around. Then you have some people that are using it more specifically to a point, and I think a lot of that gets lost in the weeds. I think the truth is somewhere in between the loudest voices out there on both sides of those arguments, to be honest with you. But it would great. I don't think you can have comic book stories. I don't think you can do superheroes without touching on like some of those traditional good and evil narratives, right and wrongs. And when you do any kind of social commentary, it's going to be present. So it's just like, how do you present it? Look at the brand new Superman film. A lot of people are wanting to try to piggyback and say, oh, look, this is representing what's happening in the real world over here with these people. And James Gunn's like, no, it's not. I wrote that way back then. This is just standard David and Goliath kind of situation, bad guy country, good guy country. If you're going to write a story that takes place on a planet with countries, one's going to be good, one's going to be bad. If you can see real things in that, that's good storytelling. But if they're just doing, oh, let me tell you about this in my movie, if he didn't set out to do it, it's a difference in quality of writing. When people cry woke, I thank God for earplugs. I don't know, try listening to them. A lot of times they make sense. A lot of times they don't also, though. That's the thing. People don't want to talk anymore. People don't want to talk. They don't want to listen to each other. That's the problem. The people that scream woke, there's a lot of them that are psychopaths, but a lot of them aren't also. Same thing with the other side. People that are crying for equality, a lot of them are psychopaths, and a lot of them actually mean it, and they have a good heart, and they're looking at actual injustice. It's important for everyone to listen to each other. We're all smart enough, and we're all old enough to herd out the difference and move forward respectfully. It's really not that difficult. Can you imagine if we lived in a world where everyone just got along and believed the same thing? How boring this place would be. Oh my God. Ugh.
That's just crazy talk.
That's crazy talk. God, dude, I wonder if people assume that you and I believe the same things. Like if people had any idea how different your and I worldview is, their mind would explode. Like we're literally like yin yang over here. And I consider him easily one of my best friends ever. And the fact that we see things differently is what makes me like him so much, beyond just like him being one of the kindest persons on the planet. Just it's a good friend, but like his different perspective, I feel like makes me a better person. And he's also willing to listen to me just rant, like in our private time. Yeah, that's
right back at you.
Yeah, that stuff's important in my mind. It's the ones that don't make sense. I say, sorry, I've gone hearing impaired. Not a lie, though, as I'm deaf. Am I right here? There you go. Just turn that way. Huh? George L. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, people should at least watch the movie. Good stuff. There's the rant for the day. Speaking of rants for the day, F Disney, for those that weren't aware, I was in IG jail for 3 days for sharing that image right there. Varang, who will be the leader of the Fire Clan in Avatar 3. Varang, whose image has been available where Disney shared it in Brazil 2 years ago now. Varang, who is featured in the trailer, who's one of the main stars of Avatar 3. I just shared that. I got the image off of Instagram and I shared it back to Instagram, sharing in my excitement for Avatar 3. When it comes to Disney, if there's one thing that I absolutely love, though they're not responsible for it, it's Avatar. And they put me in jail for it. Literally, Disney Enterprise Incorporation put a claim against my channel, my page, and locked me out for 3 days because they said, you can't do that. That's crazy. Never have I ever been in any kind of social media trouble for anything. I'm not that controversial. Just sharing in the excitement. I will say that I think that they just don't want to take any steam away from Fantastic Turtlenecks. It's right around the corner. You want all your social media focus on that. They own both. So that I don't know how that image got out. Apparently Disney isn't the one that put it out. So they started pulling it down, and instead of, I guess just the way things get pulled down on Instagram, they just like slap you on the wrist and don't let you use the platform for 3 days.
How are you supposed to, I guess there's a couple things, is how are you supposed to, did it say copyright on the picture?
Nope.
So how are you supposed to know if you're going to somebody else's and just forwarding something from somebody else's? How are you supposed to know that that's a copyrighted picture?
Bro, it was just like on just pick a random page kind of thing, you know, just like we follow comic book news sources. I follow Avatar stuff. I'm avatared, and it was just on them, you know, and just like with any kind of comic book source, if one person shares about news, that same news will be on all the different ones. And I saw it on multiple ones. So I'm like, oh, dude, this is exciting. I was legit excited. Me and my oldest, who's also a big Avatar fan, was like, oh, check that out. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at photos of Varang all the way back to November 2024. That's crazy. Yeah, so you gotta, so I don't get it. So on X, I went over there and I looked, and they were pulling the image down off of X. But look, there's 4 different photos of Varang, October 2024.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, I can see where Disney says to, you know, we had to take your post down, you know, so they took the post down. But to put you in jail for it, it's like you're not the one who first took the screenshot and posted it.
And best believe I still have it. So you can see where on X they take the photo down, the post stays up, the photo gets covered, whatever.
Right.
That makes sense. That's cool. Like, it wasn't meant to go out. I get it. But why would you? And there she is without the makeup, by the way. That's the act. Una Chaplin is playing her. She was in Game of Thrones. She was the Red Wedding, the wife, Robb Stark's wife in Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. But there's the image right there. That's the image. The one that got. That's it. There it is. Still up on X. This image is reversed. I don't know if that made a difference, if it threw off the algorithm. But that's the one that's been out for God forever. This one, August of 2020.
Playing with fire because you're showing it on your YouTube.
Yeah.
Now you're just poking.
But that one. I mean, maybe that's a thing. Like, because again, the photo is reversed. I will say McFarlane. I told Paul right before this. McFarlane just posted this photo, so maybe we'll be getting another wave of Avatar figures. That would be amazing.
If you've ever watched some things on YouTube, like extended clips of things, if you know the original scene, you can tell that it's flipped.
On YouTube they flip them all the time. Yeah. I think that throws off the AI algorithm that's watching for stuff. Yeah, exactly. Jailed for being a fan, and it won't be long here. As soon as we get through the summer, like this is sending this back to Pandora. Like, I had this rocking Pandora for a long while. I mean, I'm looking at all of it here. I've got Ekrans flying over here. I've got Skim Wings up in the air, Amp Suits over here. Like, I'm excited to put that back. It looks good on display. They're large figures and stuff. They're colorful. I'm going to get the black light this time to put on the wall to shine over them, because all of them have the painted features that light up in the black light. I mean, they're great figures. Good stuff. Hopefully we get another little mini series from Dark Horse and everything. I've got all the comics, and talk about stuff with good lore. That's got it. Watch the Superman movie. It was beautiful, but hit home for me. I think we all know, if you follow the news, what those 2 countries were allegories for and which ones were clearly bad guys. man, you got here 5 minutes late. That's absolutely not what that was. James Gunn came out and confirmed that's not what that was, that he wrote that before any of that broke out. But the thing is, like we said, with good stories, you can see things in them. It's a timeless story. It's unfortunate what's happening in the world for sure. And but that's, if it clearly looks like that, it's fine, but that's not what he wrote. People want to see DC Studios make a comeback. DC Studios also going to have to earn back the audience trust. Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Absolutely. Yep.
They need about 2 or 3 movies with the audience and critic reaction that Superman got. Don't expect to make billions of dollars on it, but expect for that reaction to it and earn back the trust. David Zaslav himself is the one that asked for this movie. He said, "Where's Superman? Why isn't Superman? Bring me Superman. Get Superman." And it worked. People have been thirsty for Superman for years. We've been seeing it in the comic stuff. He's been crushing it. God, that House of Brainiac story outsold everything else those months it came out. That says it all. X-Men reboot film does move forward. They're going to play it safe. Yeah, we touched on that too. They're going to reboot the entire MCU and then bring in the X-Men proper. As what they've already done too much to bring him in at this point. A little one here, a little one there. Kamala Khan's the first mutant, this and that, and there's Professor X, kill him, but there's Beast, and they've watered down the rollout of the X-Men.
Which is why I think that they're all going to die in the 2 Avengers movies, in either Doomsday or Secret War.
Oh yeah, the old cast, right? They're bringing back the old cast for that. Speaking of everyone going to die, Paul, what you know about Scott Snyder's upcoming DC event called DCKO?
I don't know a lot about it right now. That my first thought was, and again, I don't know a lot about Marvel either, but my first thought was, is this Contest of Champions?
Yes.
Never having read Contest of Champions, I never actually gave myself an answer. But to me, that's what it sounded like. If I were to look at Contest of Champions and DCKO, I would think, those are basically both going to be the same thing.
Yeah, kinda. I'm trying to pull this back up where it had the little.
I know that Scott Snyder has said that, Metal was a Batman story, Death Metal was a Wonder Woman story, DCKO is a Superman story.
Yeah, the O in KO stands for Omega. I'm trying to remember what the K stands for. All right, here's the quote from Scott Snyder. So basically, we know what happened with Darkseid in the DC All-In Special. He made the Rift. He bonded with the Spectre. He went Ultra Omega, ultimately creating the Absolute World. He's out in the cosmos somewhere, and the heroes need to be amped up because they want to go address the Darkseid situation. Keep in mind, this is going to be following the events of Legion of Darkseid. The Legionnaires from the Absolute World have been slowly popping in and out of the main universe, and we're about to have that Superman story arc where he has to deal with them. The same stuff going on with Time Trapper. They're going to go get Booster Gold, all that stuff. But to deal with Darkseid himself on that cosmic scale, they're going to have to do something more. They need to tap into Omega energy. None of them, not even Superman maxed out, is a force that can reckon with Darkseid in the state that he's in now. And the only way to tap into Omega energy is with negative energy. So the whole contest, for lack of a better words, is to drive negative energy. They're fueling a negative event to try to ultimately charge up somebody enough to go face Darkseid. Obviously, it's got to be Superman, but here's the full breakdown from Scott Snyder. And so Darkseid has evolved. He has become something that's really unbeatable for the heroes. And what KO is about at its core is the heroes realize the only way to beat him is to have a tournament to become him. So when he started the Absolute Universe, Darkseid killed every primordial being, every celestial, and became something that was totally of all in power. And so when the heroes realize that they can replicate that actual process here, one of them might be able to become as powerful as Darkseid. And so what they have to do is start this cosmic tournament in which they have to gather enough Omega energy to become the King Omega, KO, such as he is. Before he gets here and destroys everything, and the only way to get Omega energy is to be merciless. So King Omega is what it means.
Okay.
It would have been cooler if it said DC King Omega. Because this does look a little campy, you know what I mean? Like bring on the wrestling variants and
yeah, exactly. Oh, this is right up your alley. It's gonna have an acetate cover.
I'm in. This looks like an acetate cover, matches the Death of the Justice League cover that they did with issue 75.
Kevin Davis reminded me of something that I wish I thought of before we went on, but the Tron trailer dropped this week.
Holy potatoes! What a trailer! Oh my gosh! Superman is fighting Jake Paul, instead of Muhammad Ali. San Diego Comic-Con prediction cast of Predator Badlands comes out. Tron Ares cast makes appearance. Percy Jackson, the Olympians possible show teaser trailer for season 3. Nice. Yeah, dude, that Tron trailer looks amazing. What a cool concept. Like, we actually got a little bit of the plot synopsis with this trailer where I believe Dahmer, what's his name? Quicksilver. Is it Peters?
Yeah, Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. He's playing Dillinger from what I understand. Because, you had Master Controller was Dillinger in the original, and then Cillian Murphy was Dillinger's son in Legacy, but this is, I guess, his son. And he's created a security program that they can bring out to the real world, and they're selling it to military. It's like, and if they die on the field, I can just replicate you another one. And what Ares is, what's that actor's name? Joker's name? Ooh. Jared Leto's character is he's the Ares program, and he becomes self-aware. What I believe is with the help of Flynn's consciousness, which still exists on the grid, or at least he becomes self-aware and seeks out Flynn, because it's going to get into this whole thing of like what we could have explored more of the ISOs after Tron Legacy, with like the ISOs just manifesting to life in Legacy. We're going to get into what does it mean to be alive and what is consciousness, and the fact that Flynn is still on the grid despite having died in the second one. Like, he died on the grid. So it's going to be interesting what happens when a program becomes self-aware and all it wants to do is live. Like, let's go. Maybe you should go ask Tron. I
was gonna say, go ask Tom Cruise.
Bruce Boxleitner played Tron. I wonder if they're going to do anything. They got to have him in there some way or somehow. What he pays, he can fight anyone. That's true. Pre-order with our LCS so far. He is a dream to work with, and I'm so glad I switched. Pre-ordered what? DCKO?
Talking about the DCKO, yeah.
Nice. You switched to ABX, Donovan? Sony Pictures will bounce back with Street Fighter, Jumanji 3, Spider-Man Brand New Day at the box office in 2026. There you go. Yeah, it's getting to the point where these studios almost have to map out a year. Like, all right, let's aim for this year to do our thing. But this has been a great month, man. Like, it was a successful outing for Universal, a successful outing for Warner's, and undoubtedly going to be a successful outing for Disney. So, I mean, ultimately, you want to see them win because that means they're making products that the fans are enjoying, and it's helping the theaters. It's been a slow comeback from the lockdown days, and God, content has been just.
This is the first year in a while that Warner Brothers is actually the first movie studio to cross $1 billion this year. But Disney will overtake them next week when Fantastic Four comes out.
Well, you don't have to believe him. But can you imagine? Like, look what happened to Captain America: Brave New World. I mean, just look back on the past year and a half of what politics have done to movies. Look what happened to Snow White, Brave New World. When you dabble in real world politics with Hollywood product, James isn't that stupid. It's that simple. Like, that would be the dumbest thing in the world you can do. But you can look back. Go watch Black Adam. Go watch Black Adam and tell me that it's not the same thing that you think Superman is. The exact same thing. You have this Middle Eastern country with these repressed people by this military force that is occupying them, and they have to checkpoint in and out, and like it's the same thing. It's just a very generic formula of like what is it? Repressor, suppressor, and suppressed. Yeah. It's really just that simple. And there's not many play. And like the Middle East has been like the topic of American movies since the 80s, thanks to Desert Storm. Like, that's when American movies really switched to that's like, if we're leaving America, it's a Middle East setting. Because like there's the whole there's a whole stereotype that Hollywood got plagued with like all the bad guys were like Russians or Taliban for a little while, but it just goes out like Iron Man 1, same thing. It's just, but that was the 10 Rings. It wasn't a real world one, even though you could point to real world ones at the time. No one was calling them the Taliban. It's the 10 Rings. It's not the Taliban. It's the 10 Rings. Completely different, but the same thing. Tron can just take my money. Mine too. Yeah, ABX is the best, man. Yeah, ABX does huge Lorcana tournaments all the time. They did the brand new Gundam thing. They launched that this weekend. Holy potatoes. I ran by there after getting home just to pick up my books. Dude, it was popping. People were playing for those this new Gundam game. It's a card game. But there's a miniatures game coming soon, and the new card game came with this promotional box for like the winners or raffle winners or something like that had like the first miniature included in it. And there's only a certain number of them. All the shops were allocated because it's such a hot game. So people were like, they were in there like working to get those boxes, man. It was cool. It's always popping in there. Mortal Kombat 2's trailer dropped this week as well. Yeah, I'll tell you, I like the way it looked. Carl Urban looked great as Johnny Cage. The vibes, the feel, the pace, it all looked great. Now, the first one, I think, is garbage. Like, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I love the original two from the 90s, even Annihilation. But there was something about that one from 2020 that was just terrible. Terrible. But I went back and bought it on Steelbook. I've watched it. I watched it twice because I watched it when it came out. And then I started thinking about it, and like, it couldn't have been that bad. And then I bought the Steelbook, I think at the end of last year, earlier this year, watched it again, and it was worse than I remembered. But the second one looks good. I'll be there. I like the casting of Carl Urban. I do too, dude. I wasn't a believer at first. I gotta tell you, when they said, I'm like, Carl Urban, really? But then when you see it, he was, yeah, there it is. Oppressed. Thank you. I don't know why I was tripping on that. Yeah, but the Carl Urban thing nailed it. And from what I found out, Paul, it might have been you that told me that he campaigned to be in the role. Like, he reached out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. That's awesome. We might not have him as Dredd, but we got him as Johnny Cage.
Right.
The Rock trying to overtake DC with Black Adam in this film wasn't bad. The Rock worked best with family films, Moana franchise. I like The Rock. Yeah, I like The Rock. Dude, Jungle Cruise was fantastic. That felt like Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think FF4 will make a lot of money. I think it will bomb. The new trailer don't excite me at all. Oh, dude, it's going to do gangbusters, man. I don't know if it'd be $1 billion movie. That really greatly depends on overseas markets, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll do what Superman did domestically, but I think in total, I think it's going to be good. I think by its second weekend, it'll probably have 500 million. It'll outdo Superman. It's got more of an established audience with the MCU. It's more recognizable than something like Thunderbolts. Yeah. FF is pretty household thanks to 20th Century Fox. They did a lot of the legwork for this film. So excited for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie trailer. Yeah. What is going on, J-Med? What's up? I'm worried for FF because the world has already spent so much money on movies this year. Yeah. That's what I was telling Paul at the beginning. I wonder, like, that walk-up money. The people that just decide, let's go out to the movies, and you walk up and you buy a ticket. A lot of people still do that because most people aren't psychopaths like we are, where we track these movies coming out, we talk about them, we go see them. They just go to the movies. And when they get there, they see a poster for Fantastic Four and for Superman and all this word of mouth buzz that's been rocking for Superman. I'm super curious to see not really how much Fantastic Four takes away from Superman, but how much it can take away from Fantastic Four. Because the comic fans, the movie heads, they already saw Superman and they're going to go see Fantastic Turtlenecks. But the people, the normies that just walk up, I think Superman can pull box office from Fantastic Turtlenecks. Or,
if not pull it from it, there's something to be said with a rising tide lifts all boats, right? And so,
yeah,
if they come out of a superhero movie and say, you know what, I really kind of enjoyed that. Well, Superman's playing too. Maybe I'll go see that next time when I'm here.
Yeah. Or same thing, we love Superman. Let's go watch Fantastic Four. But it's Marvel, and we hadn't liked the last 3 years of Marvel. Yeah, but this was good. Maybe that'll be good. It looks fun.
Yeah.
But they do both just have that same fun feel to them, despite this giant celestial being coming to kill a baby. So rough. Have y'all covered the latest Green Lantern show news yet? Don't want to cause a repeat. We have not, but we'd be happy to repeat it if we had. It's wrapped filming.
Yes.
I don't know anything else beyond that. The New Adventures with Green Lantern is supposed to be coming. That's this year too, right?
I want to say it's 2026, I think.
Fine, we'll wait. That show's got me wanting to catch up on the Superman stuff, even though maybe I can get into it if I just binge it. I don't know. See, I'm not biased. I don't like the DC.
They're only like 8 episodes a season. It's not like you gotta.
Oh, that's super short.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Fantastic Four first steps don't have no competition in August. Naked Gun reboot. Bad Guys 2. Yeah. Weapons. Little girls will go see Freakier Friday at best. Fantastic Turtlenecks will make 600 to 800. I agree with you on the 600 to 800 for sure. I think that I don't know. I think that's good to not have like these things having competition because they'll continue to make money. And I don't think it'll just be the newest one gets all the glory. Jurassic World's still making money. Superman definitely took a bite out of it, like massive bite out of it. But it already did over 600. You know what I mean? That's crazy that it did that much with Superman right on its tail.
Right.
But if August is all clear, you got all 3 of these getting to perform all the way till school starts back.
And at least for the first week, I don't know about any, but the first week it didn't have any IMAX because F1 had all the IMAX theaters.
Yeah, that's crazy. Right? I tried to take the whole crew out to go see these dinosaurs in IMAX. I looked online like, what's happening here? I talked to him at the theater. I'm like, yo, why don't you have any IMAX like F1? I'm like, I saw that, but why don't you have any dinosaurs in IMAX? F1 did exactly what I told y'all it would, by the way. Go look at his box office numbers. It did so good. F1's killing it. F1's going to do exactly what I predicted.
400 million, I think, right now, right? Worldwide.
Let's see. 460. Boom. 307 international, 153 here. So it's doing a little better than I thought. I've said 350 to 400 total. It's wildly popular sport overseas, but it's still, when you come down to it, an R-rated sports film. That's kind of genre specific. But I can't wait to see it. Heard nothing but fantastic things from it. I would love to see it in IMAX too, but I gotta pay to see these people in turtlenecks fight this giant. Speaking of F4, all this week on my channel will be comic book reviews of classic Fantastic Four. Nice. So y'all check out the Adventurous one if you want to get dialed in on some classic FF stories before going to check out the movie. James Gunn said recently Jon Stewart will be the POV character, and that's a crime thriller in small town Nebraska, is what I've heard. Yeah, that's actually like this information that we've had. I guess they're just kind of like staging the scene because we're getting closer. But yeah, that's why they got Aaron Pierre. That's why they did this older Hal with a younger Jon Stewart, and absolutely broke my brain for an entire week. Remember that those days, Paul? That was rough on me. But yeah, the fact that we have Aaron Pierre playing Jon Stewart, that's all I want to see at this point. I can't wait to see Hal in there. I'm afraid that Guy Gardner could possibly die. I didn't care about that until like he kind of won me over in the Superman. I'm afraid that they might kill Alan Scott before we ever get to see Alan Scott. They established the JSA exists now, and when it comes down to it, we're doing the core. Like we're not doing the Green Flame, but you know he's the OG. And are we going to have a DC universe where our JSA is just dead? We didn't get him in Black Adam, but we got all of them on that mural. They all exist, you know. They're
and
there.
James Gunn said that some of the ones that are on that mural will show up in the DC universe somewhere.
Dude, I hope to God they go get Aldous Hodge. Like, hey man, we need you back to work. Mm-hmm. Go get Pierce Brosnan. Be like, yo, you really thought you were dead? Come on back to work. Like perfect casting for Dr. Fate, perfect casting for Hawkman, just absolutely stellar performances.
That would be funny if they went back and got them, and then Henry Cavill was like, "But you can't take me."
Yeah. Hey, you hear everybody said about Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah. It was the day that he was announced as the taking over DC Studios that he had to tell that he found out that DC had told, or Warner Brothers had told Henry Cavill that he was going to be back as Superman. So Peter Safran and James Gunn called Henry Cavill, had him come in because they said they didn't think it was fair to talk to him and deliver the news on the over the phone and basically tell him. And he said that he was a perfect gentleman about it all. But yeah, that's kind of odd. The day that they were announced, Warner Brothers told Henry Cavill that he was going to be coming back as Superman.
So yeah, he said Henry was cool about it.
Yeah, yeah. Taylor, I'm predicting Kyle Rayner and a girlfriend in the freezer. She's been fridged.
Hadn't heard about it, but when people say there is no movie star anymore, yo, there's two. There's two. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. That's it. Mm-hmm. Until Johnny Depp comes back to work, those are the only two you got. Mm-hmm. But from what I hear, Johnny Depp's coming back to work. It's the Pirates. You know, they did the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. They did the trilogy. And they're like, we did a great trilogy with Bruckheimer Studios. We want to do more. And they're like, all right, what are we going to do? All right, let's try Tron Legacy. Great movie. Didn't take off like at release. Like, all right, what else can we do? All right, let's do John Carter. Almost tanked the studio because it didn't take off and it was so expensive. Great movie, though. What else can we do? Let's do The Lone Ranger. Well, how are we going to make it work this time? I know. Get Gore Verbinski to direct it, and it'll be like the most beautiful movie you've ever seen. You can see every single dollar on the screen. It's so beautiful. Didn't take off. Didn't do what they needed. All right, try again. Tarzan. Didn't work. Try again.
And in The Lone Ranger, we're gonna put Johnny Depp in it, but we're gonna make him like
Tonto.
Use the accent. We're gonna make him Tonto. It's like,
dude, he did so good in that movie. Yeah. Make trade. Yeah, we watched it on vacation. Like I watched Jonah Hex because I go through the whole DC library, and Finn loves watching Jonah Hex on vacation. So we watched that. Which, by the way, that marks 1 year that I haven't opened that package. Last year, while I was on vacation, the McFarlane Jonah Hex came out. It's still sitting over here in the cardboard box that shipped here. So, past that year mark, that's always a good window. No, not yet. But yeah,
coming to a members live stream soon.
One day. And then then they did Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal. None of them worked. All those movies, for whatever reason, they didn't take off. You can't expect. I don't know why the first Pirates was such an automatic success. It was just perfect timing, you know. But it was it's a great movie, but like it was an automatic success. It was like people without word of mouth, people just went and saw it. Something about it, they just went and saw it. And I was part of that, like when I was younger. But all those other ones I just named failed so bad at franchise starting. They went back to the well and did Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tide and Dead Man Tell No Tales or whatever it was. Both great movies as well. With They're not all in it. The last two they don't have the new cast in it. Penelope Cruz is in on Stranger Tales. Ian McShane is her dad with Blackbeard. But man, Javier Bardem in that last one. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. And Barbados' story, the way that plays out. Oh, that was Hector. Oh man,
yeah. I think why Pirates did so well is because most people have been to the Pirates of the Caribbean, and they've been to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So it's kind of, I want to see how you turn this into a movie type thing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I love him. Jack Sparrow, he's like at this point, he's like an American treasure. He's a character that everyone knows. Like that run. Yeah, Kyle's doing the run right now.
You gonna run late to work?
They turned a ride into a movie that was so successful that they had to put the character in the movie into the ride.
That's perfect. They tried it with Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise, like I said earlier, was fantastic, and it feels like Pirates of the Caribbean with like the lore and the curses and all that stuff. Jungle Cruise is fantastic. If y'all have never seen it, yeah, Frank, dude, the kids were scarred when Frank went down. Like I was scarred. I'm like, yo, what's about to happen? Frank. That's The Rock's character's name. Aaron Pierre will be awesome as John Stewart. Facts. So a long time ago, this movie called Rebel Ridge came out on Netflix.
Oh.
And my buddy in Belgium, Bart, he messaged me. He's like, hey, you got to check out this movie, Rebel Ridge. It's like Rambo, but with rednecks.
Better.
I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I'm a redneck. I'm from the South. This is great. Rambo, our Rambo. You know, let's check it out. We watched it. It was like redneck Rambo. But it's fantastic. And Aaron Pierre basically plays John Stewart without a ring. It's flaw. I watched this. I'm like, this is insane. And I immediately talked to Paul. I was posting on social media like all the time about like, you get this guy in the DCU now. This is John Stewart. And 6 months later, he gets cast as John Stewart. I didn't do it. I'm not claiming that I did. It was just one of those times where what I wanted to happen actually played out. It was one of the happiest days online. Oh man, that would be rough. Major Forces stuff in there. Ugh. Bring Brosnan back. yeah, that'd be great. Hollywood will lie right to your face and never think twice about it. Yeah, facts. Chris Hemsworth is a movie star. No, he's not. Name a movie that he starred in that was successful outside of the MCU. I'm a Chris Hemsworth fan. My favorite role that Chris Hemsworth has ever played is Tyler Rake. Tyler Rake is his best character. I like him as Thor. He's great as Thor. Tyler Rake is his best character, hands down. Go watch The Extraction on Netflix. Oh my gosh, Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is the greatest actor to ever live, in my opinion. But yeah, he's retired. Then go tell that to Gladiator 2. Denzel had the juice. Denzel ain't got the juice no more. Let's see what happens with Black Panther 3. As Denzel Washington's been cast for that. Pirates is everyone's favorite Disney ride. There it is. Yeah, that's what Paul said. Built-in audience. Disney dropped the ball on John Carter. I loved it, but it bombed. They could have done a series off Sky High. I don't know what they could have done differently with John Carter. The marketing was there. It had like a $225 million budget for its time, which was unheard of. It was like the most expensive Disney movie at the time. You could walk into Best Buy and there's like making of things playing on their TV, all kinds of stuff. I was there opening night. I love some Edgar Rice Burroughs. John Carter's cool. Thanks to my pops. I'm like going to a lot of this stuff with foreknowledge and everything. But I still like that movie. I still watch it. Jack Sparrow does children's hospital visits too. Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well before the Haunted movie. Oh, well, Eddie Murphy, I don't know. I was thinking the new one. I don't know. I think in between that.
I think it came out after the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, though.
Yeah, I think that was in between them. Zoe Saldana was in Pirates. Of course, it made all the money. Yeah, there you go. Dude, there's no way ScarJo passed her with box office. I saw with the Jurassic World thing, they're like, ScarJo, the highest grossing. There ain't no way. There ain't no way she has topped Zoe Saldana, even though ScarJo and Zoe Saldana are both carrying a lot of the financials from the MCU. But she's been in 3 Guardians and 2 Avengers movies, but she's also been in 2 Avatar movies that ScarJo wasn't in. Plus a Pirates movie? I don't know. I got to go check. We're talking about movies. Like, what actor or actress, like if you take like all the movies they were in and add up how much those movies made, Zoe Saldana had like the biggest purse because she's in like the MCU stuff plus the Avatar stuff.
Everything she is in is just
So good. Yeah. I remember in Colombiana back in like 2010 or 11. That was dope.
Yeah,
Who's
so
in the Losers?
ScarJo, though, has been in 3 Avengers movies, at least one of the Captain America movies. She was in Civil War. She's in her own movie,
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, so that's 6. Plus the new Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah. Just no Avatars. So she has a bigger list of movies than Zoe does. Well, don't worry. This December it'll all change.
That's right. It'll be
This
right
December
back to
Zoe's
Zoe
taking
Saldana.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you that I watched the Avatar 3 trailer, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be insane. One bad movie doesn't end your movie star status. 1000% agree. Keanu's a star. Yeah, I think Keanu's got some pull. The Huntsman, Transformers 1, 12 Strong. The Huntsman, did he really carry that? Did that movie make a bunch of money? Snow White and the Huntsman, the first one, because he was in the second one by himself and it flopped. But the first one was wildly popular. But then that was the movie that split up your Twilight couple because Kristen Stewart had an affair with the director of Snow White and the Huntsman at the time.
they were already up the creek.
Yeah, obviously, or that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman was really good. Charlize Theron was the evil queen. Huntsman was pretty solid too. I liked them both. But Transformer 1 was a good movie, but like I don't know, it's just his voice. 12 Strong, I don't think you consider that like a big movie, right? Yeah, Star Trek. She's in all 3 Star Treks, Paul.
Yeah.
Zoe has to be the top. Someone has to do this math. I'm bothered by it. I want my Avatar girl on top. You know what I mean? The lioness. I want to see Zoe winning this. Like, I love Scarlett Johansson, but I'm team Zoe Saldana all the way on this. I know he's the huntsman. I'm saying the second one didn't do nothing though. The first one was the one that like made some money. The second one was just a dud. I'm saying what. I'm not saying has he played in anything using what Black Hat or that other movie that also like flopped. I'm saying he doesn't command an audience. 12 Strong is hard to watch. I don't think I've seen that one. Zoe is on top. Zoe's top dog. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there ain't no way that ScarJo was even close. I don't see how Jurassic World would have put her over. And this was like a week ago. No, if you look at all the.
ScarJo was in the. I think he's just not that into you, and it's really.
She was in The Island. Do you know that she's a Michael Bay? Michael Bay found her, I think. Well, he put her in The Island, but she was in 8-Legged Freaks with David Arquette long before that. Like when she was like, I think she was probably in her upper teens in 8-Legged Freaks, maybe in her younger 20s. That was a wild movie. I think The Island was her breakout role though, because she was a little bit older. He had her in there with Ewan McGregor. Michael Clark Duncan was in that too.
Yeah, but she was a couple like chick flicks. Like it's just not that into you or something else.
I wouldn't know about the chick flick ones.
Because like I went on like
1000%. The Island is fire.
Like a Scarlett Johansson fan.
I would go out on a limb and say if it's Michael Bay, it's good.
Yes.
I've been a Zoe fan since Center Stage, then The Terminal with Tom Hanks and Crossroads with Brittany Bish. That's the perfect comment. Let's go. Unpopular opinion, didn't care for the lioness. Zoe had 2 modes in it, tired or screaming. That's a super unpopular opinion. I respect your opinion. Everyone's allowed to have good ones and bad ones. I have both from time to time. I've just never seen any of my bad ones, but I've been told they exist. Welcome back, Mark. We'll catch the rewind. Everyone go over to IG and show Digger Jim some birthday love. Yes. Happy birthday to Jim. Brother John. Taylor Winder said that. You met him at Heroes Con. Yeah, my wife just said, who said they didn't like the lioness? Dude, it was my favorite show of last year by far.
I tried to tell you forever.
Sadly, the writer of The Island died a few months ago. I knew him and it was a bummer. That's crazy. That's sad. Ask your wife if she thinks David Cornsweet is hot. After you, of course. Do you think David Cornsweet is hot?
Are we comparing Supermans or just in general?
Just in general. Is he an attractive man?
His photos before he was Superman, meh. His photos jacked up as Superman.
She said when he's jacked up, yes.
Oh, see, I read that differently. So to ask your wife if she thinks David Cornsweet is hot after you, of course, then I would be asking you, do you think David Cornsweet is hot?
I honestly thought he looked a little cavemanish. Like, I'm not blind. I can tell like if I think like that's a good looking person or not, you know. But I thought he was the most brutish looking Superman that we've gotten yet.
Yes.
But I think it were like he has like defined face features, but he's not chiseled like Reeve. He's not chiseled like Henry. He's not chiseled like Tyler. He has he's almost like, there's hard to describe this without sounding mean, but he looks like he has Neanderthal features. He has like the more prominent cheeks and forehead and stuff. And I was looking at those fine details and like his profile and his face, and there's certain photos like the black and white ones that make those features softer where he looks more chiseled, because these are comic characters. So most of the time when I look at these people, it's in a drawing where they're drawn specifically defined, like chiseled almost. But Cornsweet has more weight on his face than the other actors do.
Yes.
So he's definitely a good-looking individual, but as Superman, I think that he was the most brutish-looking one, even with like the softer eyes. Like he has the kindest eyes that we've seen since Christopher Reeve. The rest of them have more of a piercing gaze. But yeah, I dissect all that kind of stuff. Like I'm hypercritical of these DC projects. Like you think I trash Marvel? I don't even get a chance to get critical of them. I'm just Disney. Landman was the best once I gave it another chance. Even my dad watched it today.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, we're a Landman household here. What a great show.
I watched the first 3 episodes without you, and then went back and watched it again with you.
I started it on its second week because it came out week 1, and then we watched 1 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah, but I did.
Because you watched it, and I asked you. I said, "You seen Landman?" You go, Yeah, I watched it. It was all right. I'm like, I'm gonna check it out. I keep hearing crazy stuff.
No, I didn't say it was alright. I said it was awesome.
I thought you said it was all right because
Yeah.
you watched it like, well, the second episode just came out. Let's watch it, and we ended up watching every single night. That's the one, Tulsa King. I love it. It's good that it has that little comedy flair to it. Yeah.
It just wasn't.
The Emmy nominations came out this week too, and Severance and Penguin and the studio were 1, 2, 3 in the total number of nominations.
Now, was it Penguin that had the most nominations with 24 or
No,
something like that?
Severance had the most, and then Penguin, and then the studio.
Loaders really liked his butt. Acting wise, I really loved him as Superman. So are you mad that his cape was so long? Tyler's still the kindest looking. I think Chris is. Dude, after this new Superman movie, Tyler is still my number 2 Superman, like hands down.
David Kurtzwright is the only Superman who's been kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, but ironically, I was reading because I saw people online like trying to trash the movie because they got kicked in the balls and it's demasculating, and that's kind of the point of kicking a guy in the balls, because it's demasculating, and it's like literally like men have a weak spot like that. But I was reading a book this week and I watched it happen. I'm like, dude, this happens all the time in comics, like in actual fights with people. Like it's a cheap shot. It's meant to be cheap. Like it's a thing. It wasn't played as a comical moment in the fight. Like it wasn't a Shang-Chi moment where like the girl punched in the balls and like, oh, I'm hurting. Oh, no, it was just a whap throw. It was literally a hit throw. And if you blinked, you didn't even notice that it happened. I didn't notice it happened the first time I saw it. And then I saw the people that were complaining about it online. Then the second time I caught it, I'm like, dude, I didn't even see that the first time. It was just meant to be brutal. And Lex is brutal.
Yep.
I love Landman, but the Weird Daughter storyline deal just creeped me out way too much. Yeah, like because they like specified that she's young. They gotta
17.
Yeah, they gotta give her a birthday in the show, or they gotta back off a little bit. It gets a little weird. I need some new Penguin episodes in my life.
Not gonna happen.
It's on mute and don't think about it too much. Yeah. Severance is GOAT TV. Agreed. Poor Taylor, man. He had to put up with me for like I think 6 days straight of just spamming his DMs as I was watching it. Because it was Taylor that kept reminding me like every week, like, dude, you got to check it out. You got to check it out. Don't forget. So unfortunately for him, when I started watching it, he's the only person I knew to I got a message. I felt like I was watching Lost for the first time all over again.
Oh, I can't emotionally handle that.
Right?
And I looked for like months and like, you should watch Lost.
Yeah, you remember how I was walking around watching Severance, just like it's on my phone, like in the house. Like I'm off until tomorrow. I gotta finish it before then. Just I'm making coffee, I'm stirring stuff on the stove, feeding the dogs. Like just then between episodes, I just message Taylor.
I can't at this point in my life. If it's not slightly mind numbing, like I can't do it.
Yeah, you get kicked in the nuts so you learn about the liver. What about Kevin Bacon's Bondsman? Oh, that looks cool. That almost looks like the BP. What is it? RIPD. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it's on Amazon though. So
I like the first one a lot better than the second.
I didn't watch the second one. The Western?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it at all yet. The Kevin Bacon has a new show where he dies and he comes back and he's tasked with going like a bondsman to go get demons. It's pretty much like RIPD, but it's not RIPD, but very similar.
I like Kevin Bacon. My uncle played with him.
What? Say that again, but not creepy. My uncle played with him.
The Bacon brothers.
The Bacon brothers. I didn't know that there was brothers.
Bacon and his brother.
Didn't know he had a brother. Was his brother Footloose?
Like played guitar with him.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out already. I got to check it out. It's already canceled, sadly. Well, hopefully they wrote a good season and closed it out. All right, we're about to hit the 10 o'clock hour. We'll go with comics later. I'm not going to lie. I'm behind. I've read like 3 or 4 comics, but I'm going to try to binge read some stuff this week. Absolute Batman and Absolute Flash did come out this week. We have read those and we have reviewed those. You can check those out. 10 a.m. tomorrow. We've got the video recorded. Paul's got it uploaded and ready to take off. Catch up a little bit on some Ghost Machine stuff. I was able to read this today, though. This was cool. I didn't know it was beyond a one-shot.
Yeah, 5 issues, I think, right?
Yeah, I caught up on the last 2 issues of Wonder Woman. I feel like they came out really close to each other. But did you see this? The Shark Week book? There's a freebie
I did not. Where was it?
at the
At your
comic
comic shop?
Yeah, I got. You want me to send you one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3. And I'll grab some more Tuesday.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll send you one if you didn't get one. Yeah, Shark Week. You know, Warner Brothers Discovery. It's all one big company.
Right.
So they put out a promo, and what better book than an Aquaman title? Let's go.
I was wondering when you got that. I saw your post.
Yeah, it was just at the LCS. I guess shops. I don't know if they had to opt into it or what. If it's one of those, give us a quarter and we'll give you a comic. You can give it away for free. I don't know. It's got no barcode on it. The back is just that. Yeah, how cool is that?
You got the new story inside?
Yeah, it's not even Jeremy Adams writing it. It's Dave Wilgaz.
Okay.
Brand new story.
Nice.
Just a,
yeah,
I guess just a one shot. Yeah, not a problem. Look at that. 40 years of awesome. I love Shark Week. A lot of times it hits the same time as vacation. So just to round my mom up, I'll like fire off Shark Week. And like, this is why I don't get in the water. What's that?
You know? Who's hosting it this year? I know every year they have a host.
I don't know. Jason Momoa did it last year, which was amazing.
Yeah. John Cena did it one year. Andy Samberg did it one year. That was funny.
Andy Samberg is great. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a one shot. It says end at the end. This is cool. I don't know who's hosting this year. Does anybody in the chat know who is hosting Shark Week? Don't forget Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith, Green Arrow, Daredevil team up coming soon. Yeah, we're getting a lot of these DC Marvel crossovers instead of just Batman Deadpool. What have they announced a Superman crossover yet? No. Oh, dude, thanks for the hashtag, Pops. Look out. The Supergirl poster. Did we talk about that? Was that last week?
No. It came out. I want to say this week on Monday or something. I think you're already on vacation. Tom Bergeron.
I was definitely already on Instagram, Joe.
Tom Bergeron, the former host of Dancing with the Stars, is hosting Shark Week.
Sounds like a massive downgrade. How do we go from these A-list comedians and wrestlers and movie stars to the Dancing with the Stars host? There we go. Look at that. Talk about, all right, so the DCU went from terrible marketing with the rollout of the DCU itself to the most brilliant marketing, just piggybacking on the lookout. That's crazy. That is perfect. After the reveal of Supergirl in the movie and with the familiarity with the Woman of Tomorrow story, this got me so excited. This got my daughter so excited. Like, this is just brilliant. Brilliant. And it was already confirmed by McFarlane Toys that we will be getting the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie figure line before his license runs out. That means not only Amelia Alcock Supergirl, Jason Momoa Lobo. Let's go. I'm so excited. Lobo is one of the ones that I actually stepped outside of the movie universe stuff, which I do from time to time, to get that. I have the single figure, but then when they did the deluxe with the Space Hog and the multiple head swap, I got that one too. Severance was weird at first, but got intriguing as you continue to watch. 1,000 best way to describe it. Don't forget RDO. It's all that. All right, where was Andy Samberg? Yeah, where were we at? Damn that. I don't play with sharks. If they ever come on land, we will have a problem. But if they stay in the ocean, we are all. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Look, where we take the where we go to the island, we go to Jekyll. We go and stay on St. Simon, but we'll go to Jekyll and do a lot of the swimming over there. It's on the riverside. So we go ride on the boat every year, as you know, and we go do the little dolphin tour thing and go. Like we've done this every year for so long. Like, we know the guy that owns the little tour boat company and all that stuff. And Emma was talking about it this trip. We don't even get up and look for dolphins. Like, we're sitting on the boat, and everyone else on the boat is probably their first time ever doing it. We've done it. I can literally give the tour. Like, if it gets quiet on the boat, I'll just like say, "Hey, what about?" And I'll point to something just to Because I just like hearing the stories and stuff. But we don't even get up to look for dolphins. We just wait till they're beside us because there's so many. There are so many the whole time. So if there's dolphins, there's normally not sharks. Dolphins don't have any known predators like that. And there are sharks in there. But dolphins don't like sharks. And sharks don't like dolphins. So that's where we swim. Like we swim where the boat is like passing, the tour boat's like passing us constantly. You know what I mean? Like all day long. Because that's where the dolphins are. Like I feel more safe over here. Doesn't mean there's not sharks. But I feel like it's as safe as you can possibly get. Shane Gillis tires on. I forgot what streamer. It's on Netflix. It's the second season is fantastic. Fantastic. His dad's in it. Played by Thomas Hayden Church. I'm a big fan of Tires. I love all those guys in that comedian sphere over there. Yeah,
that
Thomas
goes way
Hayden
back.
Dude, he was from Wings.
From Wings, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's still got it.
Cabbie.
He has still got it. Dude, he is so funny in this. And it's that dry, confident delivery of just insane stuff. He's so funny, man. And he plays well with Shane Gillis, too. Towers was about as good of a comedy as you can get today. Yeah. Dude, they're just smart, man. They're smart comedians. And I would argue that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is as good as it gets for for what you can get away with this day and age. But Tires has a lot of that same vibe to me. It's not like it's the same writing or anything like that, but if you like that inappropriate, pushing the limits, it's witty humor as well. How is it described? Big Bang Theory is a smart show for stupid people, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a stupid show for smart people. Like the jokes are smart, but it's ridiculously stupid. And Big Bang Theory, the jokes are stupid, but it's about smart stuff. You know, I think it was Jim Cornette who described the shows that way. Exactly, The Good Island. Thank you, Joe. He'll always be Sandman to me. Yes, sir. Always Sunny meets The Office. Kind of. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, it has that Office vibe to it, that raw hand cam and everything. Yeah, dude, they're both really good. Highly recommend. All right, I'm about to make like a baby and head out. You got anything else you want to hit on, Paul? Is it a Guess That Key week?
It does not.
Next week. I got this while we were on vacation. Origin of Dead Man.
Yeah.
Which was funny because someone mentioned that 100 pages during last thing. So I brought the Guess That Key last week.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh, let me show these off. You know, if you're a channel member in the Legion tier, you're in the running for the Legionnaire of the Month. And I'll send you some prizes, which will include, but not limited to, Vigilante #1 in celebration of the Peacemaker Season 2 coming. How about Teen Titans Annual #2, the first appearance of Vigilante? Peacemaker #1, Modern Comics, and the DC Finest Peacemaker collection, so you can get read up on that. So celebrating Peacemaker with some Peacemaker-themed goodness there. Those will be in this month's Legion loot. And, these will be in the future. First, here's a Lobo and 1 minute tomorrow. When Supergirl gets here, there'll be a Supergirl theme giveaway. And trying to keep the themes alive. I got some Mortal Kombat stuff sitting down here waiting. Just, you got to plan ahead for these things. You got to plan ahead for things. Yeah, so make sure y'all check out the join button or the subscribe plus button. Make sure you join in the Legion tier. It's a great way to support the channel, and it literally all goes back to the channel. But yeah, that's going to do it for this show. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. Until next time, as always, I'm Mark. That's Paul, but we are Legion.
All that ends